r/AskReddit, how you stop yourself from buying things or expensive purchases. When I was younger, it was lack of money and credit. When I was middling, it was a general sense of concern for needing to pay stuff back. I'm now approaching 50 and can purchase a bunch of super expensive stuff because stocks and savings, but I weigh every big purchase against how will this affect my quality of life during retirement. This implies I had the money to get it in the first place. Reminding myself of my bank account balance and the impending doom of bills and rent. Never buy anything impulsively, unless it's an absolutely insane bargain. Leave stuff you don't need in the cart and sleep on it at the very least. Spend considerable time before making major purchases pursuing the best possible price, and if it's not worth that effort, don't buy it. Learn to evaluate your spending according to how much wonder and joy it will bring you. Don't be overly materialistic, but still invest in yourself and your image. Is it online? Put it in your basket and tell yourself, if you really want it in a week, you can have it. Bet you don't. I play games, and have fun from it, forget about shopping. Decide you want to buy something before you buy it, so you can start trading Starbucks coffees for things you actually want. In my opinion, it's the billion small things that add up more than expensive things. To answer your question though, honestly buy a cheaper version /rent/borrow to get a feel for it, to see if it's a new addition to your life. If it's something you find yourself spending a lot of time using, then it's money well spent. Buy things out of necessity. The last thing you want to do is buy something for the novelty then leave it in the garage for a decade because you feel too bad to sell it. Gave myself goals and now I get something nice for myself once a month or so as a reward, instead of once a week. Do I need it or do I want it? Can I buy without putting it on credit? If not, no. I assess my needs, my wants, and my funds. I endeavor to be minimalist and reject materialism. My income gets spent majorly on my needs. Rest goes to savings. Barely do any expensive purchase. Not being rich stops me from buying luxury. It's tough with the internet if you have your credit card stored anywhere, aside from bills, but I had a roommate who would take out X number of dollars for the month and then freeze her credit cards. Weird, but she couldn't use them. For expensive things like clothes/shoes, trips, electronics, I ask myself questions like how often will I wear it? Do I have enough time to enjoy it or will it become a stress? Are the prices cheap cause it's hurricane/blizzard season? Do I really need to replace the phone/laptop/TV I have since there'll be a new edition coming out? I don't have the money to buy anything, so it's actually quite easy rolling on the floor laughing. I don't, my wife does that for me. I look at my bank account before buying something, LOL. I always make sure that I never buy expensive things that I don't really need. I also think about what might happen if I don't have money when there's an emergency. A few tips that help me. Limit access to things that allow you to purchase impulsively. Don't keep shopping apps on your phone, don't save payment info, make it a manual and intentional process to buy things. Buy things in brick and mortar stores as much as possible. You may have an impulse to go buy something new and shiny, but the process of getting ready, hopping in the car and going to the store can give you enough time to reconsider. Or you may decide you don't actually care enough to drive there. Save for large purchases and only use those funds to buy big-ticket items. Look at the cost of items by comparing them to your hourly wage. If you make $20 an hour, a $20 purchase is worth an hour of your labor. A $200 purchase would be worth 10. Just a different way to look at costs. I intentionally forget my wallet at home and bring the exact amount of cash that I need for groceries. That's kinda how you stop yourself from buying unnecessary things. I always just tell myself I'll get it later and then I usually forget about it. By eating less avocado toast and skipping my daily Starbucks drink, of course. I spend all my money buying things and making expensive purchases, that way I have no money left to buy things and make expensive purchases. Don't buy them. Like, not trying to be a dick, but like, there's nothing making you buy overpriced shit. Think about its value in your overall life. Some expensive things can be okay to buy. Nicer shoes equals last longer and can be more comfortable to wear. Nicer clothes equals last longer, maintain their shape, and do a better job of keeping you warm. Better food equals better for you than something more processed. But things like more expensive cars, more luxurious name brand clothing, and even designer groceries can help put more perspective on what you're spending your money on. Rents do. Wait a few days to see if you really want it. I just remember my bank balance and keep walking. Give yourself some time before you buy. Sleep on it, put a week on it, the impulse buy feeling will pass and you would realize if it's something you truly need to purchase. If I don't need it, I don't buy it. Reminding myself that every dollar I take home is taxed, then I have to pay sales tax on what I buy. I don't go window shopping anymore. I only go when necessary and avoid stores that I know can convince me otherwise. I don't do random Target trips, no Goodwill trips. Nothing. If I don't need something, I'm spending my time elsewhere. I have a monthly budget, and if I want something nice, I adjust my budget to set aside money for it until I can afford it. It's pretty simple when I realize that other bills take priority and nobody else is going to line up to pay them for me. Don't tell yourself no, tell yourself wait. Stew on it. If you're still thinking about it a month or two later. If you're still like I kinda want that. Then go for it. If not, then let it go and you don't need it. Leave it in your shopping cart for a week. If a week comes by and you still want it, you can buy it. Thanks for watching. Leave a like if you have enjoyed this video and subscribe to never miss an upload.